Hey guys, my sponsor is actually offering a special discount for a limited time only. They're offering 20% off all purchases plus 10% extra coins. Head over to buymaddencoins.com and use Throne at checkout for this special discount. Welcome back to Inside the Mind of Throne, episode 6. This is a series where I take you guys into my head and talk through my gameplay and adjustments throughout the gameplay. And today is a very special episode. We're talking about my game versus Young Kiv back in 2017. One of the biggest games of Madden in my life. Honestly, one of the most nervous I think I've ever been for anything in my life. I've been in plenty of big sporting events, plenty of big events in my life, I feel like. And this is certainly one of the things that definitely got to me in terms of nerves. Playing live on the EA Madden Twitch channel and being commentated, playing in front of a live audience versus one of the best Madden players in the world in the first round of Seattle Seahawks Club Series. So we're going to jump right into it. I know it's a throwback. I'm going to talk a little bit as this game starts, just about a general overview of what we're going to see today and, what was going on. But I have not really talked too much about this exact game. It's not something I've spoken about. Now, you guys who've been around the channel for a long time have known, I qualified for Seattle Seahawks Club Series back in Madden 17. This is something I did. Super interesting. It was an awesome experience, but I haven't really spoken on it or spoken about what I was thinking about this game other than to my brothers and maybe some people I know close personally. So I figured today we'd go back and talk through this a little bit as we're looking at this game field. First thing I want to note, I put 2 QB spies out of the field first play. I meant to bring up my own controller, and unfortunately, I forgot it. And up front, there was the stock controller that came with the Xbox, and the left bumper was sticky, and I couldn't adjust my D-line. You'll notice, I struggled to pinch my D-line almost every play because of how sticky it was. Then you have to double-click to quick adjust D-lineman, so I couldn't quickly do it in time, and I just had all sorts of issues. That I go to cover 3 here. I know that. I've been labbing against some of my buddies for what I thought Kiv was going to be running, so my goal was to mix in cover 2 and cover 3, which was not the meta at the time. It was to run, basically, everybody ran nickel blitz 2, cover 2. You couldn't change coverage shells at the time. So my goal here was to go between cover 2, cover 3, all game long, mix in how many people, and notice I can't even pinch my line. I'm having trouble with it with the button right now. Was to mix between the 2 coverages to give them, a little bit of to keep him off guard, as much as, as hard as it may be to stop Young Kiv on a drive in Madden 17. I want to try everything I could do to keep him guessing with this game. So notice right there, he dots me across midfield. Again, I was a pretty immature Madden mind at the time. This was, basically my first year of playing Madden really seriously, and I wasn't that good at it. I really succeeded off of playing extremely off-meta, and that was about it. He's going to dot me again here, Deion Sanders. I gave up back-to-back corner routes right here. But I played extremely off-meta. That was how I succeeded on the leaderboards. And anybody who played that Madden 17 leaderboard in that spring would be able to tell you they probably played me, and they probably played me running triple option, running numerous fake special teams plays that we'll talk about, and just staying extremely unpredictable with the plays that I was running. I was running San Francisco playbook. It was a playbook that was not used at all competitively. So I was very unique this year, and that's kind of changed for me. I'm definitely more meta now on offense and a little bit less meta on defense. But regardless, this is where I was in my Madden career, was trying to be off meta, trying to be different. And I come into 4-6 normal because he'd been dotting up my nickel. I pretty much always go to 4-6 normal when I get into the red zone, when my opponent gets into the red zone. And here we're going to get, notice I'm using Anthony Barr. He motions him out. He's going to motion back in the slant, and at the time, he's going to delay, so I have to pay attention right here. And notice I have Deion Sanders in coverage, and he drops it. The best catching player in my... Literally, on offense or defense, I think he had a 96 catch rating, drops a pick for me on the first drive. And Kiv never makes bad reads. Kiv is obviously one of the best Madden players in the world. I have tons of respect for Kiv. Love Kiv, was a fan of him before I ever had met him. But yeah, now in a 3rd and 10 when I should have the ball back, I felt really cheated and really frustrated there. But that was Madden 17. He's going to block his wide receiver here. He shouldn't have had to. He goes up. I click on and click right bumper to strip the ball out, get a really lucky animation. You could tell I was super thankful for it. I knew I got lucky. I knew I got lucky on that. He threw a dot. Madden 17, that ball gets caught 100% of the time. And then Kiv misses the field goal. And my reaction was something else. Man, I couldn't contain myself. I went from so nervous to right there to this game's serious, and I'm nerves went up 100 right there, knowing I was getting the ball back, basically winning the game now, because he'd had first possession and I held him to 0. it was hard to hold Kiv to 0 in this year of Madden. So now I come out, first play triple option. You're going to notice my offense really struggles to start. And I was going to show I was content at taking this 5 to 6 yards to Jimmy Graham every single play because I knew he was going to run cover 2 invert out of 4-6 normal. Every single play I was going to put Jimmy Graham on an out route and throw to him every single time if he did not make an adjustment. And it's kind of one of my immature Madden mind things. I was planning on playing extremely clock management oriented football, but I definitely go away from it. And not only that, I didn't know of certain ways that he could adjust to it where I'm going to throw a couple Stevies and probably should have turned the ball over off of that exact read. But now, again, he recognizes this triple option. He's moving that guy out. He's moving out for the out route too. Adrian Peterson falls forward. I'm frustrated. I missed my hole. I ran triple option almost exclusively at this time. I was very comfortable with this offense running swing passes. It's kind of sim style in the fact that it was off meta and I was running a bunch of different plays, but it's not sim style and that this was not an NFL offense. It was just glitchy this one year. And I decided to go to an inside zone here. It's surprising. I thought I would have gone to the swing pass. Oprim was super good, a 10 cap running back that I kept at that fullback spot. And it's one of my biggest regrets about this game is I wish I invested more cap into like a Darius Jackson, someone who is a stud, a budget stud, to use that second running back spot because Oprim did not have the open field speed. He was like 80 speed. He played well this game, but man, if I had a good running back there, this is a different ball game because I needed AP to keep him honest with the swing passes and the triple option, but I also I really want to get the ball to Oprim. It killed nickel blitz too if you ran it up the middle, and he's going to get into nickel, and I'm not going to be able to do anything. Notice, Kiv has clearly played this offense because he cross-man that. It was something you don't see online that year. He cross-man the opposite side running back to stop the swing pass when I had not even run it yet. So clearly this is something he has potentially played against before. I don't know what play I go to here. I go to triple option, take it off the edge, get a nice stiff arm, and I'm just falling forward every single play with AP, and I know this play call. I come back, I flip my play, and I'm going to go to a swing pass, and this is beautiful. I don't think Kiv caught on quite yet that I flipped my play because he must have crossed me on the opposite person, forgot to cross me on AP, and right there I wish I would have trucked and kept it upfield. But just notice I'm trying to game manage this game. I am trying to make this game as few possessions as possible. I am running down the play clock most times that I come up to the line of scrimmage, and I am trying to take every single yard that I can get because I know that I need every point possible to beat Kiv. I throw a nice swing pass right here to AP. Somehow he gets a great animation with a bronze right there with TJ Green, and I'm not able to truck through him. Wish I could have trucked through him and taken that thing to the crib, but instead I'm into the red zone now, and here's the story of the game of just how much better. Like, Kiv was obviously the better player, but how much better of a player Kiv was than I am just shows in the red zone how clueless I was on offense versus how much of a game plan he had once he gets inside the 20. Obviously, he deserved to win this game. I will say that till the day I die, but man, I win this game if I'm able to score in the red zone. Notice he mans up the X receiver, and I notice it and throw it late. One of the very, very bad reads I'm going to make in this game. I make, I think, 2 or 3 awful offensive decisions. And I make some good ones, too, throughout this game. I only carried 2 wide receivers with me on this roster and 1 tight end. So when I would switch to a 3 wide receiver set like this, I had a 10 cap tight end, like fullback, actually, out there playing wide receiver for me. And I don't know what I was thinking. At the time, I mean, I only used 2 wideouts. I ran triple option. When I'd come to here, I didn't plan on throwing to this X receiver anyway. I only was going to throw to Ed McCaffrey or Tyreek Hill, but I also struggle to pick up nickel blitz out of everything but triple option. I didn't even really dedicate attention to it. I would just throw quick reads. And notice here, I look over him. And you guys who know the story know why I looked over at him. No spoilers here. Gonna take our 3 here with Justin Tucker. And no, instead, I had talked. This is one of the benefits. First off, I had done this the entire time on the ladder. The whole January and early February, I had faked almost every single field goal or extra point, first field goal or extra point of the game, to try to get. And people always ask what she was telling me. It was not because it was illegal. It's because my chair was getting close to the edge, and my chair was almost falling off. Regardless, people always ask, like, what were you thinking? I was in such a lucky position where I had the opportunity to scout Kiv about a month before, where he had played at the Madden Bowl. He had 0 film on me, and I'd been running this against everybody on the Xbox ladders. He was PlayStation. He didn't know who I was. So if he had known me, yeah, he would never have come out in a field goal block. But I'd noticed he always did a field goal block with the blue on the right side playing a zone, and he'd try to block it off the left. And I had a beater where if I playmaker Jimmy Graham, it would beat everything but the man coverage version of the field goal block. So we were able to get a stop here. I have to use this B route, and unfortunately he's able to check down. That B route right there that you're gonna see is one of the most powerful routes right there on PA zone across. Is one of the most powerful routes in Madden 17. That play beat every single coverage. It beat it for tons of yards. It was really hard. Now you can notice my nickel was struggling so much. I had a blitz out of quarters that people didn't really run that I thought was like, all right, I probably should have just stayed nickel and just changed to a cover 3. But I tried to blitz off the side and actually kind of hum at him and force him to check down. That's one thing that Kiv's going to do all game long really well, is he's going to check down and try to gain yards. If I went back and played this game, I would have, and Madden 17 was different, but I would have played clouds. I would have manned up that running back side outside receiver every single time, and he's probably going to throw a Y here, yeah, and I don't think he's going to get in bounds, yeah. The second I see that that Zona seams play, I recognize, yeah, they're going to go to that deep corner, because zones did not play well at Madden 17, but I would have manned up the running back side outside receiver every time, and I would have played clouds and just forced Kiv to check down. I would have put hitters on my roster to try to cheat him and get a fumble, because it's a game against somebody that I was outmatched, and you have to recognize that. I had to game manage this game to stay in it. That was an incredible play by him. His check and release doesn't pick up the blitz, and he's able to roll out to the right, and Vic makes a throw with that gunslinger ability, and he squeezed it in. That was a really good play by Kiv right there. But yeah, no, this game was, I remember being up 7-0, being so scared that, like, I was in a position to, obviously we're like any mistake now and I lose all sort of momentum that I've put into this position. I think he's going to take this ball to the quarter. You can take this to the quarter. You can notice I'm sitting in quarters right now. I'm not in nickel anymore. I'm flipping between defenses. I'm confused out of my mind on what I'm supposed to be doing on this defensive side of the football. I had no clue. I really didn't. I couldn't buy a stop to save my life other than that lucky read that I had. I got him to make into the Deion Sanders. What should have been picked off of my Deion. I'm back in the nickel. I would bet I'm cover 3 here just because I'd hope to think that I'm switching up my coverage shell a little bit. It's cover 2. I have to cover down, and I can't believe that I continue rushing at him. I have that play absolutely bagged. I've got the B route manned up. I have a hard flat on the right side. I have it bagged. Take the crosser, Taylor. It's a stupid play. And now this is probably my favorite play of his in the game. It's going to be next play maybe? Or does he flip? Okay, this is my favorite play of his. I don't know still to this day what I did wrong. He's going to somehow man match my left side of the field. I have a cloud on the left. I'm in 4-6 cover 2 invert. He knows it, and he clearly has a red zone play that's going to beat it. Because now, look at this. My left side doesn't play this out route. He throws it and gets it into the end zone. He just threw an out route. I don't know. That's a play. I would love to hear from him, like, what the heck was going on there, because that was something I had never seen. I remember being so confused that that was able to get 7 on me, and I was frustrated. If I could have held him to 3 there, puts me in a position where I could potentially hold on to this ball to half and then get the ball back after. But instead, we're going to come out on offense right here. You already know, going to be no hesitation, straight to slot offset to triple option. I've run it a few times, no success out of triple option yet. And he's doing this thing where he comes out in punt block and then audibles away so he can get 2 Deion Sanders on the field. And instead, I come out, I'm going to take this thing to the crib off the first play. I was pumped up on this with Adrian Peterson. No one even close, and I celebrate on him. It was something if I go back, I probably don't celebrate on him into the end zone. But no, I was pumped up. That was a big play. I was liable to do that on the ladders the whole time. I could run triple option 10 times, and one of the plays I was going to bust it. It was something I was kind of used to. Looking back at it now, I couldn't imagine having a huge run like that in a situation in Madden 17. I haven't had many long runs. Definitely, almost none, actually. And that was 75 yards on the first play right there with AP, and nobody really even got close after he missed that first hit stick. So, again, he's coming right back into gun snugs. He's going to audible between his Y trips and gun snugs, and I'm trying to think of what happens on this drive. I'm back in nickel, but you can see the left bumper again is screwing up with my setup. I'm clearly not able to pinch this D-line, which sucks, so I just dropped everybody back in coverage and prayed that I can cover. And I man up Y perfectly, and what a throw for him to recognize it's Mark Barron manned up on him. I brought Mark Barron onto my team specifically to cross-man people from linebacker. This was before you could put safeties at linebacker. This Madden was well, there was actually one package that I figured out later in the year. A lot of people did. But yeah, he's back to this. It's not even Y trips. I don't even know what it's called technically, but it's just a trips with 4 wide receivers, and he did such a good job of avoiding pressure. I get 1 sack this game. I ran nickel all game, one of the toughest blitzes to pick up. And Kiv, I remember in the Madden Bowl, went from getting sacked at one of the highest clips to this tournament, he didn't get sacked at all. He played perfect offense. He put all of his cap into his O, and it paid off. And yeah, he's going to check down. Smart play right here. Obviously, he's trying to take this thing to the half. Maybe. I mean, if I'm him, I'm honestly trying to play for the extra possession and trying to score quickly and trying to get a stop. But I've moved the ball relatively okay on him, and I have the one big play. That would scare me if I'm him. But, you know, he had one of the highest win percentages online in all of Madden 17. So, you know, there's not a person in the world he feels like he can't beat. And his little gold Tevin Coleman's going to break every tackle for him for this whole game. I promise this dude is just a goon. The first rush breaks a tackle, picks up 11. But yeah, it was one of the things I look back at. I wish my roster was a bit different. I don't remember exactly what the cap value was at, but I know that I spent on a few hitters. I had James Bradbury and Jalen Ramsey out on my field. I had Deion Sanders, which I probably shouldn't have even had on defense, even though he was so good. I just used him in a nickel blitz. I wasted too much cap on that for me, not running a good nickel. But I wish I would have put better hitters out there. I should have had a Sean T. I should have had a Cam Chancellor. I should have had somebody with a big hitter trait that clapped people. Paul Krause was one of those guys in Madden 17. He hit really, really well, and same with Anthony Barr. So I had both of them. I had Clowney as well. Clowney was really good. And then, yeah, Bradbury, Ramsey, just not much cap. That's a lot of, like, Ramsey was a gold. Bradbury was a gold. I had, I think, gold Anthony Barr, maybe 87 overall Anthony Barr. I really tanked my defense. He goes to gun bunch strong here. I'm trying to think of, I actually know how he gets to the end zone, but, yeah, he's just going to take, oh, no, he didn't take off there. And, yeah, I put a nice hit on him with Deion right there. He catches it. Probably going to go to the 2-minute warning. But yeah, as you can see, Kiv has had no issue moving the ball. If I'm going back right now, I can't say I have too much of an issue with how I played this. I've gone through different defensive sets. I've gone through different coverages. I'm trying everything to see if I can at all stifle him. But so far, 0 results. I have just had the one bad read that I made him make, and that was it, that he threw the slant into Deion. Don't know what he's going to go to. Yep, he's going to go to trips again. Yeah, I was lucky. There was another game going on the stage, too. I was lucky that I played Kiv because this game was broadcasted solely because of it, because Kiv was such a big name and is such a big name in the competitive Madden community. But yeah, that's weird. He has this post route. That's a cool-looking post. I would like to have that in Madden 17, but unfortunately we don't have that stuff because they take out plays out of playbooks every year. Now, that was a hit. That hit by Bradbury, that's a hit stick animation that fumbles all the time in Madden 17. That was one I remember screaming that I thought I not necessarily deserved a fumble, but that when you see that animation, you're going to get a fumble. In Madden 17, fumbles happened all the time. They were random. You couldn't prevent them. You couldn't go on conservative. You could, and skill moves didn't even work. So you'd be running in the open field. You would have no choice. You could go down, you could try to truck, or you would get popped, and that was really it. And he's going to get into the end zone here with Mike Vicker. Gets the one. He's going to QB sneak me. I didn't have QB sneak D at this time of the year either. I think I called a timeout, and I don't agree with that still. I should have let him run off clock, because the way I play this here is such a baby way to play this before half. I agree with it, but watch what I do on my next drive. And I agree with it. Basically, I don't want him to take the lead going into half. So I try to park the bus prior to half, and I play about the softest style of football possible. I play slow. I'm playing, 3 yards a rush, and I'll go for it on 4th down and get it, and he's going to barely make it. He had trouble kicking all day on this stage, but yeah, no, he's gonna kick the ball out of the back of the end zone, and and I'm going to come out. I'm just going to try to pound the rock. I just want to take this thing to half. When he has 3 timeouts, it makes it hard, especially for me knowing that he can run the ball, or he can do anything. I don't even bring the ball out, by the way, because you could fumble so easily in Madden 17. I wasn't taking a chance. I played such smart John Madden football this game. I agree with that decision right there. Now, again, coming to triple option, that was my base play. You couldn't set your audibles, but there were good audibles. I had swing pass, I had inside zone off the stock audibles, and again, I'm just going to check down to Jimmy Graham, rack it. I think I get the first down. I do. I get up and get the first down right there, pick up 10, 11 yards. I no huddle, and I think I even start to take a drink of water right here. Like, I am 100% committed to taking this play clock down to 1, 2, 3 seconds. I think I just fake audibles too. Man, I remember this game like it was yesterday. I've watched it a few times. I've watched it plenty, but when I'm for sure, I didn't even take it down to, I don't agree with that clock management, but AP just bulldozing through Reggie White. 5 rushes, 100 yards and a touchdown with that 75-yard rush, and you can notice I'm confused. I don't know what I said I missed it. I must have thought I missed a hole and thought I could have gone to the crib, but I am so confused on how to handle this. Kiv isn't using his timeouts. Do I try to get into field goal range when I am not confident on offense or defense? And I'm in a position because of a fake field goal and a missed field goal by him. I am not supposed to be in this position. And there I streaked it when he pressed out of cover 2 invert. It would have been a touchdown. He got back in time. Smart by him. Look at Oprah. This was a 10-cap fullback that I had playing running back. Now I'm using my timeouts. 25 seconds. I need to get to about the 38, 39-yard line with Justin Tucker to be able to hit a field goal. I had the highest cap kicker in the game for that particular reason. And I just come out. I was going to try to hit him with the same wheel route that I had earlier. I would just quickly audible to this, so then he would hopefully notice he had the cross man on Adrian Peterson. I should have just checked down or ran it. I checked down or run it. Check down to B, run the ball with Randall Cunningham. I have it in field goal range. I can take 3 before half, but I stupidly try to fit it in. And that was a ball I had thrown online, but notice I'm just like, what am I doing there? I was mad at myself. Why am I throwing that ball? There is nothing good that comes out of me chucking that thing that deep right there. I come back to running the ball. I get blown up with AP, and now I have to use a timeout. And what do I do? Like, I'm on 3rd and long, and if I get a playoff, Lord knows what I do here. So I come to my best play in my whole playbook that I'd been saving. This play beats cover 2, it beats cover 4, and when I say it beats it, it destroys it. And nobody ran this play. Either Hill or McCaffrey beat cover 2. And because he blitzes with 5 on a nickel, which was not common, if they blitz 4, if they blitz 3, the nickel or the D tackle wouldn't A gap you. And if they blitz 5 out of it, the D tackle would always 100% A gap you if you kept the play action. And that's what happens. He A-gaps me. I was frustrated. I start subbing in Adrian Peterson to the fullback position in case I want to fake punt later, because I want to get the ND on to the wide receiver spot. In case I want to fake punt later, I wasn't going to fake punt now. But yeah, really flustering. I should have gotten rid of the play action and been smart. That would have been something I would have done now. But instead, I was comfortable running it with play action. I just gambled that he wasn't going to run a 5-man nickel. Instead, he did that, probably because he thought I was going to run the ball there. But yeah, basically going to take this thing to the half. Thankfully, I make a huge play here. If you guys aren't familiar with Madden 17, the swerve was huge, and at this time of the year, I was not good at the swerve. I was pretty good at defending it. You notice me, I'm manning up both sides to try to help out my swerve D. And I make about a perfect play, click on and swat it with Ramsey. That is a very common play that goes to the crib for people. If you were not an experienced Madden 17 player, or even like experienced people, I saw plenty of people get bombed at the end of halves, competitive players, bombed at the end of halves and games off of getting swerved, because you had to click on, you could not click X until the very last second to swat it, or else you would get sucked right out of the play. They would rack it and they would be gone. No one even near. And now I've got the ball back. Tie game. I can't complain with the position that I'm in. I'm listening to music. I remember my playlist. I had like some Lil Uzi Vert. Had a lot of like old Wiz Khalifa on the playlist. He's back in a nickel blitz, which I had actually run triple option on very well on the ladders. I really succeeded against nickel. However, for some reason, his is going to give me trouble, and I don't know why, but like right here, I flip it, and he gives me trouble with it. He blows up my triple option. That wasn't happening on the ladder for me. So again, 3rd and 6 situation. How many 3rd downs have I been in so far? Him him and I both, but me particularly, when I don't even know what play I want to run. I'm calling a motion pass right here because I'm just going to put Ed McCaffrey on a slant and just pray. And then I just decide against it. I think I might even run the ball. No, I try to run a... Okay, this is glitchy. He gets an A gap on me. I don't see that happening. Oh, like, what? Whoa. Again, something I hadn't seen. So I have 3 sacks now, and these are things I hadn't seen on the ladder already. I'm going to choose to punt on 4th and 11. Here it is. Punting the ball deep, and again, it's... You couldn't lurk punts. If you came out in fake... if you came out in punt return... I was 100% every single time gonna fake punt you. I did all year. You had to come out in safe to lurk it, and you literally would not get an animation if you tried to lurk out of regular. So I went for it. I got it. I'm across midfield. It's lucky. It's whatever. I'm back to Oprah. I should have invested high cap and a second running back so I could run this freaking inside zone with Oprah. Instead, I've got an idiot 80 speed fullback who's played well, but 80 speed fullback out there for me. And I'm trying to run with him. I should check down. I do actually immediately. I catch it with AP. He hangs onto the ball because the AP fumbled. That whole ladder, I played with AP and David Johnson. That whole January and February. And they fumbled every single second for me. Every game, they fumbled. And this game, thankfully, I do not end up fumbling. But, a little lucky. Again, I'm going to run triple option. Just try to keep it up. He blows it up. I don't even know what I'm going to go to here. Oh, okay. Yep. I know the situation. Yep. I'm locked in. The nerves have calmed down a little. I'm looking at the crowd even. I'm like at least like not like crapping my pants up there. Do I really go to a swing pass? I don't think I do that. I go to an inside zone. Okay. Okay, that's a good run. I think I know. Do I know huddle? No, okay. So now I'm going to go to level sail. This was a play I brought out earlier, but basically all I'm doing is there are 2 routes that basically don't, no man or zone play it. It's either B or A. No man or zone played it. You would literally just throw it either, or the one or the other. Just a quick, easy read. And no huddle, I'm going to go to an inside zone here, and here's where you can just see the experience of young Kiv. 100%, he run commits it, and he blows me up, and I go from the 10-yard line to the 13. Great play. I even say good call. Such a veteran move to know, like, he's playing someone who's a little less experienced like I am, and I predictably no huddle, run the ball. 100% agree with that call by him, especially when I feel uncomfortable passing. I agree with that. So now I come back, 2nd and 13. I don't have a play for this situation. I might even throw to X right here. Yep, he put his X corner in a hard flat. I literally throw right at it, and it's not picked. Difficult to do. A lot of these guys boost their defensive lines, especially in Mutt's salary cap. I've had some people say, like, oh, you deserve to win this game. People who are, in the nicest way, uninformed about Madden think I should have won this game. Because I've turned the ball over, thrown 2 awful reads. I've converted a fake punt, I've converted a fake field goal. Some of that's scouting, some of that's knowing Madden 17. I knew it, and he knew it too. I talked to him after. He 100% knew both of them, and it was a risk he was willing to take to block the punt or the kick and the punt. And then there, I get down to the 2. I thought I should have gotten in. I didn't get a fall forward animation, anything with Randall. I tried diving. Thankfully, I didn't fumble, but I think for a second about running it. And now I'm just going to take my 3. I agree with this decision to take 3. I didn't have a play at this time of the year from the 2-yard line. Maybe later I would have gone to like goal line, like halfback sting, or I had a high ball out of slot offset later in the year that I could have run, but I was still immature, inexperienced Madden player. I did not have a red zone scheme other than running triple option. That was it. And praying. So here we go. Finally going to kick off, and it's time for the biggest possession of the game. And obviously, biggest possession of the game for him means he's going to give his best. He's going to bring his best play. And I don't think it takes him. I think it's a second play. He brings out the play he's been hiding. Something I wasn't familiar with. I hadn't seen it at all on the ladder. When I talked to one of my buddies, he was like, "Yeah, it was actually run at the Madden Bowl." Like, so I must have missed it or must have missed somebody running it, but I think he gets the ball to a hash, which is smart because obviously you hate having the ball in the middle of the field. So yeah, he checks down, smart call. You can tell I missed 2 hit sticks and then get a tackle with Harrison Smith. I did carry Harrison Smith too. Okay, that's a hit. That's a hitter. So now I think immediately, yep, look how quickly he went to 4 verticals. It's the same beater basically that I do now. And you can watch, I man up Anthony Barr on Dion. And obviously Dion has the speed. He barely gets that ball off too. That is a total Madden 17 play. Total Madden 17. He threw that with a defender in his grill. He puts this. Yeah, I thought he put that kick off the cross or off the upright. I think you could see what he said there too. I think he puts the extra point, or he puts the extra point off the crossbar. Or wow, can't speak. Upright and yeah, it was I was flustered. It was a Madden 17 beater though. You could, if you got any bit of space, if you got that rack animation, they were gone. They wouldn't get hit like they do now. And yeah, beautiful throw by him. He ran it to perfection. Just got barely enough time. So big play here, guys. Big play here, fellas. So I'm down 4 now. A field goal, not the worst thing on the planet. It puts me down 1. Still keeps things a 1-possession game, even if he gets a touchdown. I should have pounded this. I should have said, you know what? I'm gonna run with Oprah every play. I don't know why I don't do it. How many? Can I see how many yards a play I'm averaging? And I start messing around, and I don't know why I go to. I might. Oh, actually, I think this play actually ends up being successful if I run PA bubble. I know I ran it once. And I ran it well. I should have just ran inside zone with Oprah. It was something, you know, I was an immature Madden player at the time. I didn't recognize how good it was. It was how well it was doing for me. So I throw this bubble. Oh my gosh, I had so much space, and I try to juke. Lonnie Ballantyne tackles me. Man, Ballantyne was a salary cap stud for the whole season. I wish I would have run Ballantyne on my roster. He was so good. You can notice me selling it. I think it's Logan Paulson. Yeah, Logan Paulson into tight end, or into wide receiver out wide. Oh my gosh. Look how clueless I am. I can't even get my subs straight. I think I put in more. I'm going to have to run the ball here. Yeah, oh wait, no. Okay, I got them all. But no, he was in nickel, and I knew I couldn't block this blitz. So I just go to this inside split. Get an absolute ridiculous stiff arm with Adrian. Adrian Peterson was an animal in this Madden. I loved me some AP, but
about motivation.
I come out, I run slot angle here. I know this play. I know what happens on it, but this play is not that good. It's this is the epitome of how bad I was at Madden. I was just gonna throw the post or the angle. Oh, he's not taking the angle, so I'm gonna throw the angle. I catch it. I don't know how. Pick up, I think 6 yards. Yeah, 6 yards. Go to 3rd and 4, and what's this? My 4th, 5th, 3rd down I've come across. Let's see if we can convert it. It might even be more. 6th. Like, jeez, man. I'd probably go back to triple option here. Nope. Okay, I'm going back to my. No, okay. I don't even know what I'm doing. Lord knows what I'm doing. Oh, okay. Okay, so I come out to, instead of running the play that I was going to run where I couldn't pick up the heat, here's where I wish, the second I saw this, I wish I would have ran the other play, but instead I've got this fork. I should have thrown the B. I had B, but I miss it. Okay, I playmaker AP, and I don't know why. I just throw Y. I throw to Y, and he catches it. That's the stupidest thing on the planet. He's not really open. I get a perfect animation. Whatever. Okay, we're into the red zone now. We're taking all the fluke. I've got a horseshoe up my butthole for this whole game, and you know what? I'm taking it because I need literally all the fluke to go my way if I want to be able to pull off this win where I'm down 4 right now and can't move the ball to save my life. Look at these route combos. Look how bad this is gonna be. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm an idiot. I knew I could pick up nickel. I knew I could pick up nickel blitz if I kept the 2 table routes out, and instead I just take them off the field. Not only is it worse than having the 2 table routes, I could pick up nickel. I could, if I just had a table route running out to the left, the nickel blitz man would get picked up. It was weird. It was one of the hardest blitzes to pick up all year, and it picked it up if I had the tables out there. And I stupidly take them away. I barely avoid the user. Here's where I make a good play, though. I no huddle. What did he do last time I no huddle? He ran commit. I no huddle. I'm going to throw the ball. 100% I'm going Jimmy Graham or Tyreek Hill. Touchdown. He takes Tyreek. I have Jimmy Graham. I get a fucking over. I get a freaking overthrow. Excuse the language. That made me mad. That flustered me. I have thrown that route how many times? I may have thrown it early. I might have. I don't remember throwing it early. I remember thinking I should have had a TD, but I get an overthrow on a run commit. So what do you know? I'm going to run an inside zone here and pray that it gets me anywhere near close that I can do something. Have I said an F word on my channel before, by the way? I don't think I have. I don't say many F words regardless. Okay, so then Oprah goes to the 4 here, and, you know, I'm back in the same position I have been all game, being stuck right here, not having a clue what to do. So I come back to level sale. Here's something that we talk about right here. What have I been talking about all day? My left bumper. My left bumper being sticky because I didn't bring up my controller. How it wouldn't register all the time. How it was so hard for me to adjust my linemen. And right here, it's not going to be a good read, but I think I catch it. I think I do. I'd run it enough. All I'm going to do is try to throw a high ball to Jimmy Graham. That was the plan the whole time. I throw a high ball, it doesn't high ball. Not happy about that sequence. Not happy about it. Stupid Taylor brings up his controller. That might be a TD. Valentine, though, also had a really good lurk. He was 6'3", so maybe Valentine animates on it. Either way, I likely have 3 points. And now we're going to Kiv, running the ball every down. When you get him into a situation like this, like clearly he's in a really good position because he does not run the ball ever. With 3:20 left, you're playing, is he going to throw the ball here? And then they check over to this other game. Unfortunately, we're not able to watch anything, even though this game was kind of a little bit of a flood, a mini flood. So then they come back here. Kiv has the ball 1st and 10. He's got Jesse James in the backfield. I'm into quarters. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just praying. Jesse James fights like it's post-patch Madden 19 where we are right now. He falls forward 6 yards. Now he's at a 2nd and 3. I have no clue how I am going to stop this man here. Not a clue.
I could see him letting one.
I don't remember what he does here. He goes into single back ace, I guess. He's got 2 clock on, obviously. He has run the ball 7 times, which is more than I expected, but probably just only this drive. And then I get an absolute shot there with Aaron Donald, who had the big hitter trait. I thought I could have gotten a fumble there. It was an animation that might have happened. I remember thinking, okay, he's playing with fire. He probably won't run again with that. He's probably just going to try to dot me. So what I did, I'm going to run 4-6 cover 2 invert, and I press it, and I just prayed. And I tried to man up the correct people that were going to go deep, because he was just going to put someone deep, and because you could burn it for a TD every time. But 4-6 cover 2 invert, I needed to do, and I played it with hard flats. You could easily beat this. I don't know why he didn't streak everybody, but there it is. He goes for A. And I get the sack in time with Clowney. I get a lucky block shed. Only sack of the game. He's got to punt to me now. I'm down 4. And again, another immature mistake's going to come in from me here. I don't understand what I was thinking for this. I played Madden so much this year to be this stupid. So I come out in man, and then I audible to return. It's the smart thing to do. And he punts it, and I click on. I'm going to click off to go drag a blocker, and it clicks away from Dion. And now I have the ball on the 6-yard line with 2 timeouts to go. 94 yards in 47 seconds. What do you do now? So I think I might even run the ball here. Look how confused I am. I am confused. I have no clue what I'm supposed to do. Again, down 4. Not in a good position. I fought hard to be down 4 right now. A glitchy field goal, glitchy fake punt. Him missing his field goal, but again, I didn't have plays for this situation, especially when my fork play, if he was going to scream through the A gap, I couldn't run it because I didn't feel comfortable running it without play action this year. And so right now, I basically gamble, or I go to the point where I was thinking about running fork. I said, nope, I'm coming to here, and I'm going to try to swerve him. I'm going to try to swerve him for 3 straight plays. I don't know how long it takes me to decide to do it. Yep, right here I decide to. And this is an immature Madden thing. I didn't know at the time that you could only swerve the slot if he was in, swerve the cover 2 if he was in the slot. If you swerve from out wide, he wouldn't swerve. And I actually got a pretty good swerve there. I think it works if I'm up the slot. Kiva had good swerve D though, but that's Lonnie Valentine. He might make a play. Anyway, I throw a pick on the swerve. 0 for 2 on swerves in the game. He was 0 for 1. I'm 0 for 1. I didn't really have another choice at that point. He's going to knee it. The competitor in me felt like I had to call timeouts because I did have a chance to block the punt. He goes to a punt safe and just punts it out of the back of the end zone to end the game. And that's going to end it. And Kiv was obviously he won, so he was going to be happy about it. But it was a good game. No, honestly, one of the best experiences of my life was going out there to be able to play. And we came up a game short from qualifying for actually a 4th and 16 short. I gave up a 4th and 16 to lose to qualify from the Vikings Club Series this year. I don't know how many of you guys saw that or watched my stream of it or like were familiar with it, but we came up a 4th and 16 short. If I get the stop, I end up kicking a field goal to win with under a minute left maximum for my opponent with no timeouts. that game was won if I get the stop this year in Vikings Club Series. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But still, this game, you can see a little bit what was going through my thought process and a little bit how I've matured as a Madden player. I still did a lot of smart things playing off meta. You can notice even though I wasn't the best player, playing off meta, playing a little bit unpredictable, mixing in different coverages, mixing in different blitzes, mixing in a whole different offense was able to help me succeed in playing Kiv. And that's why I don't run Patriots offense. I will never run the #1 meta offense. I never will. I do run Saints. Saints is run pretty frequently, but I will never run trips tight end or gun. I don't think I will. Maybe I will one day, but I won't run gun bunch. I won't run trips tight end. The stuff that is extremely meta, I try to stay away from. That's why I have Saints on my page, and why all my schemes have to do with that. And that's why I have my ebook in the description with my Saints offensive scheme. But anyways, I want to say thank you so much for listening to me just babble about this game. It was something I've been meaning to upload for a long time, and today felt like a day I just wanted to do this because it was, honestly, I've never really spoken about it. A lot of the people on my channel don't know I used to go by TC23 or that I played in this tournament. And, yeah, I deserve to lose this game, but it still does sting a little bit in the way that, with the overthrow and the high ball that happened. I was a little frustrated, but regardless, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you guys check out the rest of the Inside the Mind videos for more Madden 19 tips on my channel, and thank you so much for all the support lately that you guys have shown on the channel. I will see you guys in the next video.